everybody. Hi everyone. I'm getting everything set up real quick. Hello, little fox. Hi, hon. And hello, Trevor. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, everybody. Alrighty. Hello, James. Let's see here. Making sure. I don't care if it shows my Discord if it pops up. There we go. Yeah, we talking Cyberpunk. Give me 2 seconds. Let me swap over to gaming stream. There we go. We have everything pulled up now. Yippee! Yeah, we're talking Cyberpunk. I'm actually gonna move it to the thing. There we go. To the cover. There we are. And then, because it is live, I'm gonna do this. Why is it not showing up? Creator dashboard, why do you hate me so much? I have to... There it goes. There it is. We're going to select it. Thumbnail. And upload the thumbnail. Yippee! I think that did it. Maybe. We'll see. Hello, Amtrak. Hi, hon. Also, hello, Jay. Welcome back. There we go. We've got it fixed. Well, not really fixed. It was just getting everything done and dusted. Go to channel so I can watch chat on YouTube side. If you guys want a the normal, if you want the visual, we are live on YouTube with this. There we go. Yeah, it goes fast. A whole day. Time sure does fly. Time flies when you're having fun. I'm looking forward to the next 4 hours. 3. So, a little rundown before we get into the nitty-gritty. Cyberpunk 2020. There is a little bit of a disclaimer here. It is dated on some of the wording. I will warn. Hello, Wanted! Welcome to the Stream Dreamer. I am Momo Yumeko, magical girl in training. I do cozy streams, ttrpg streams, and gaming. Welcome, welcome. We're going through Cyberpunk 2020. Well, starting to. Heck yeah! But Cyberpunk 2020 is a little dated on some of its wording for races, like human races and stuff like that. Yeah, so Cyberpunk in the universe, they had a split during, I think it was, I would like to say somewhere in the 80s or 90s is where they're split from our main timeline it is. But Cyberpunk 2020 is a lot different than our 2020. Kinda, yeah. It's very interesting. Um, I do plan on doing a little bit of a lore bit at the end, like I kinda did with Lancer. Yeah, there's some weird splits with that. Ooh, no, I didn't. I'll have to give that a look later. But yeah, there's some weird splits with between Cyberpunk and our world, similar to how Shadowrun is. Except theirs is a little earlier on in the timeline. I think it started at World War II, if I remember correctly. But yeah, 2020 is set in Night City. Um, for the most part, you can do it really anywhere. There's a lot of splat books. We're not going to be going over those splat books. I'll leave that for another time. Mainly because I don't have them currently. Yeah, the 2020 takes place during the Corpo Wars, the first Corpo Wars. So, this is Johnny Silverhand era. If you recognize if you've played 2077, the flashbacks you have with Johnny is that's literally some of the canon events. I think you were one of my first badges this month, Jay. That'd be interesting. But yeah, yeah. Cyberpunk 2020 is a little dated with its wording. That's just a warning for when we get into character creation. Because we will be going over that. We'll be going over character creation. I'll probably end up pulling up one of my old sheets. Uh, and converting that. We have Cyberpunk sheets from playing. So, yeah, we'll probably run through a quick how you do character setup sometime today too. Actually, I'll probably try to go through here in order. Yeah, the Corpo Wars is a pretty interesting bit because we don't know who's actually telling the truth. I've wanted to run a game in the Corpo War era. Did you keep your feet warm? That's not too bad. 2 miles is a pretty good walk. But yeah, let's get started. So this is the nightmarish table of contents. So yeah, we're gonna be going over the roles first and then getting into the other stuff. Oh yeah, we all know that Arasaka was lying at first. Arasaka is like the big bad evil guy of Cyberpunk. So first things first, with how Cyberpunk is, at least the book, we're gonna be going over the roles and then like the type of characters. Ugh. That made me shudder, Kenny. Ugh. Hopefully they were like warm Crocs and not regular ones. I'd like to hope. Socks with Crocs. Um, so Cyberpunk is based off of if I remember right, the book Necrodancer. Came out before Cyberpunk 2013. That makes sense, Kenny. But yeah, Cyberpunk came out. So pretty much it's a genre, but there is like a mainline version of it, which is the ttrpg series. Uh-huh. There's a lot of timelines, but this one is pretty much its own specific thing version of Cyberpunk. uh Edge Runner, I'm excited about the next season. But yeah, this is so the first things first is we're going to be looking at the proper classes and such and going over the archetypes. There's a lot of them. Well, I mean, not really a lot of them. Yeah, there's gonna be another season. I'm excited. It's still made by Studio Trigger, too. It's going to be a separate team. It's not going to be based off of the old team. I don't remember if it's going to be after or before at the first Edgerunners. But yeah. I think it's going to be based off of a media, if I recall correctly. No, it's its own storyline altogether. Yeah, it's gonna be really interesting. I'm hype. I know that uh the first season of Edgerunners did it like a couple, I think it was like 2075 or something like that with the first season, so we'll see what it does. But so with Cyberpunk, first things first, it is a skill-based system. So you don't necessarily have a class in Cyberpunk. You do have your special ability, like role ability, which your role is like, are you a rocker boy or a media or a net runner? Their role abilities add to specific abilities, but they don't really carve out what you are. You can be a net runner and pretty much play V as a solo too. And another thing, depending on how many ranks of your role ability you have, changes too, because you can multi-class. Say your game has 5 ranks of role ability. You can choose to have 3 ranks in, say, solo, and your other 2 ranks in something like medtech. And that'll add to your skill checks that you make. Some of them do have special abilities. And I say this in preparation for Interlock Unlimited. Because Interlock Unlimited adds a lot of roles. Like, a lot of roles. Make sure it's still... Okay, we're good. We're still good on YouTube side. I was making sure that it was still showing up on YouTube. So, first things first is our Gru, our different ones, is we have Rocker Boy, Solo, Netrunner, Tech, Medtech, the Media, Cop, the Corpo, Fixer, and Nomad. Those are our main baseline 10. Or 9, sorry. 9 roles that are in Cyberpunk. Interlock adds to that and also changes some of the roles and how they go. Yeah, Nomad's pretty good. Um, so how Cyberpunk does it, they do get special abilities, but they're very small, if that makes sense. They're not like a D&D class where it adds a butt ton of things that you can do. Um, I'm just going to go through a couple of these because they do have a lot going on. If you're on YouTube side, you can easily check and pause and watch there. I'll probably put the PDF because it is you can find it on WordPress. I did that before having the actual physical thing. Um, that's actually where I have it open at because it's easier. But you can check from there. So, uh, Rocker Boy has charismatic leadership, and pretty much his whole thing is, uh, I can bring in more crowds. Uh, the Rocker Boy archetype can be kind of split into a couple different ways you can do it. The main way is, of course, the first one that comes to brain is the Johnny Hill Silverhand. You are a rocker. You are either like a singer or someone part of a band, that kind of thing, with the ability to bring in crowds. I would actually be considered a media. Yeah, so we'll get to media in a second, because that one's actually pretty fun. It's very similar to Rocker Boy, funny enough. Um, they can bring in crowds equal to their ability level squared times 200. Oh, hang on. We might be getting friend into here. Give me a second. Boop. Also, hello, Jacko. You didn't go unnoticed. I promise. But yeah, that's pretty much Rocker Boy. Solo is in my opinion, one of the better ones if you're doing a lot of combat, which is very prevalent in uh Cyberpunk. My brain is not working right now because I'm also reading. So, Solo gets their ability is called Combat Sense, which pretty much adds their special ability their roll ability to their initiative and awareness checks, which is very useful. We'll go over how exactly the roll ability and ranks work because you actually have to buy those. Hence skill-based system. um, but I'm doing pretty good, Chaco. How are you today, hun? Um, but yeah, the solo's just really good. Not really buy them with cash. You don't buy them with eddies. So at the end of every game, like session, you get points, and you use those points to either boost your roll ability or you use them to boost your skills. That's good. Wow. Wow. So, um, we'll go ahead and go with media for the next one. They have an ability called credibility, which is pretty much so a media can affect the masses. The best way I can explain this, using media like stuff. Think of Vox from Has Been Hotel. Um, and how his like he can affect the airwaves and stuff like that. That is pretty much a media. Believe me, yeah, believe me, and the masses will follow. Um, a lot of medias are like news reporters, streamers, um, such like that. Like you can run around with a camera in your hand and send photos into a local newspaper and be considered a media. Their whole thing is that they add their role ability uh, to have people believe what you say. Yeah, let's make a deal, quote unquote. Um, another, so all of the different roles have their own spot in Cyberpunk. They're very interesting, to say the least. Cop, or what we call, uh, there's a few different other ones, too. The cop is, they can intimidate and control others. Cyberpunk Red actually changes the name over to Lawman. For obvious reasons. Yeah, you can literally just control other people and intimidate them with the cop role. It's interesting. Cyberpunk Red actually changes it to where you can call backup. The Corpo, they pretty much get like more resources, and they also get the ability to call people to get help, essentially, from their corporation. The Fixer, yeah, pretty much. The Corpo's ability is money. Money. Um, Fixer, their whole thing is I know where to find the best deals at if you're looking for black market stuff. I know where all of the good jobs are. Well, I mean, not good jobs. I know where jobs are. And I pretty much know the ways of the streets. Uh, they can pull, like, locations. They pretty much have the ability, I know a guy. And then Nomad is they call their family. Yeah, pretty much. That is the Fixer in a nutshell. But yeah, Nomad calls their family. They can call as many family members to aid them as their current level times two. So say I have 3 ranks in um Nomad, I up that by another 3. So I can call 6 people to come and help me. Techie, which is really fun, their ability is called Jury Rig, where they can just, hey, Solo, give me your gun, and update it. Some of them are more affecting people, many people. Others are they can spawn people if they want. Medtech can pretty much do a lot of medical stuff. They can do surgery and medical repairs with their special ability. Some of them are very simple, some of them are not so much. We will wait to get to Netrunner later. Because, to quote, Netrunner is a nightmare. Hello, Sanic. Hi, hun. How are you today? But yeah, Netrunner's gonna be later because there is a whole section dedicated to it. It is the only role that has an entire section dedicated to how it works. Yeah, pretty much. So now that we're done with everything, in the next few pages they're going into detail over the different things and showing off, like, the art from the time. I'm going to scroll through here because, some of it is a little, on the risque side, and I don't want to get hyper bonked by, YouTube. But it's very much 80s vibes. Yeah, I don't want to get hyper bonked by YouTube for having sexy lady on a bike with a machine gun. Yeah, insta demonetization. So, we are going to get into the yeah, style is everything in Cyberpunk. Me and partner were actually very sad that they took away the one thing that we noticed with Cyberpunk Red was that they got rid of the brands mechanically. Same. Yeah, they got rid of the brands in Cyberpunk Red. Which, like, understandable. Cyberpunk Red, I can best describe as Red kind of combines stuff. It streamlines the game a little bit. Hello, Shadow. Welcome, hun. Welcome, welcome. We're going over Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk 2020 to be exact. Whereas 2020 does have, like, your street level basic equipment. And then you can, in the splat books, you get, like, proper named brand equipment. You'll notice it when we get into the cyberware. Cyberpunk. Oh, hello, Dragon! Welcome, welcome! I'm Momo Yumeko, magical girl in training. I do cozy streams, ttrpg streams, and gaming. Welcome, welcome! Today we're going over Cyberpunk 2020. But yeah, so starting a game in Cyberpunk, you want to choose as the DM how cinematic you want it. So in that, well, okay, so there's a few different ways you can do your character points. One is random rolls, where you roll 9d10s and total them, and that's how many character points you use for the game. That goes into your skill points, and then no, not, is it skill points? Yeah, it is skill points, never mind. You rolled 9d10s, and then that's how many character points are allowed in the game. There's the fast route, where you roll a d10 for each of your skills, re-rolling 2 or less. And then you put the dice in as you please. Kind of like how you do roll 46, drop the lowest for like D&D and such, except it's, you know, roll a d10 for each of your stats. And then you have the cinematic options, which go from major hero to average, so 80 points to 50, and you spread that about 9 different stats. We often did minor supporting character, and minor hero. Somewhere between those. So 60 to 75 points was how our games normally went. But yeah. Very fun, very fun. Scrolling down. Oh, and you get to see, if you're on YouTube side, the actual character sheet. I don't use this. I use a Google Doc that me and my party has made. We'll get to that in a minute, actually, funny enough. So your statistics, your stats, is intelligence, reflexes, cool, technical ability, luck, attractiveness, movement speed, and empathy. Hey Shoti! Hi hun! How are you today? We're going over Cyberpunk. I should do my spiel. I'm Momo Yumeko, magical girl in training. I do cozy streams, ttrpg streams, and gaming. It's your first. I'm surprised it's your first time in here. Hopefully you're having a good day, Shoti. Uh-huh. What's up? Sure. I taste like candy. Specifically, you know the sour Skittles? Those. I taste specifically like sour Skittles. I'm all of them at once, because I'm rainbow. Oh, goodness. I bet. Some people are probably a little freaky. I'm pretty safe though. I try my best to be, at least. But yeah, probably sour Skittles. Sure. What do you mean? I'm not nearly as bad as some folks. I was cry laughing and being an awkward bean during the BDSM quiz. And was like, okay. There's essentially a kink quiz. I did label the stream as 18 plus. But I was like a awkward bean the whole time. Rice purity. Demonetized. I didn't do it on YouTube. It was an Iriam only stream. It was like 2 hours of me going, ah! I'm semi say so. Better put it to use. I'm semi say so. I let people know if it's gonna be freaky. And even then I'm awkward the whole time. It's a SE, kind of like a say so, SEI. Yeah, I say it how it's pronounced or spelt. Say so. And I've heard it be said, so I just make it. I just mimic it. But yeah, so intelligence affects your, of course, your intelligence-based skills. Problem solving, figuring out problems, noticing things, that sort of thing. Kind of think putting together wisdom and intelligence into the same stat. Reflexes is pretty much dexterity, but it affects like your driving, piloting, surprisingly your fighting skills. So if you want to be really good at melee, which oh, martial arts really good in this game. If you want to be a martial artist, it's valid. It's actually a really good build. I played a medtech that had a high martial arts. Yeah, no need to waste ammo either. Hello, OJ. Welcome to the Stream Dreamer. I'm Momo Yumeko, magical girl in training. I do cozy streams, ttrpg streams, and gaming. Welcome, welcome. Hello. Let me check Discord real quick, actually. Yeah. Boop. Ba, ba, ba. Yeah, this is Cyberpunk 2020. So this is the TTRPG came out in this specific version, I should say. Came out in the 90s. You will see some dated wordage. I will translate the best I can, but if you're watching YouTube side, I'm sorry. You have to witness a product of the times. I should get a like a bar to go over things, but I don't think I could edit that fast. Yeah, it's a product of its time. Hello, Jester! Welcome to the Stream Dreamer! I'm Momo Yumeko, magical girl in training. I do cozy streams, TTRPG streams, and gaming. Welcome, welcome! Today we're going over Cyberpunk 2020, which is a TTRPG made in the 90s. That might be a little dated. It's a really cool system, all things considered. Cool. Cool is the stat that goes off of, like, how well you deal with a stressful situation. Are you good at acting under pressure, essentially? If you're under, like, the cover of fire, or somebody got, like, brutally killed in front of you, which can happen. That sort of thing. Technical ability is how good you are at using tech. Fixing stuff, breaking into other things, that sort of thing. Luck is how lucky are you. Luck is an interesting stat because you can actually spend your luck. in this game. You can use any amount of points to up your rolls. So having good luck is pretty good to have. They refresh at the end of every session. So say you have 7 luck. You have 7 points to spend on any rolls throughout the session. And that can mean you hitting somebody better or worse. Better, saving your life because of a slightly bad reflex skill check, that sort of thing. Attractiveness. How good looking are you? The lower it can be, the lower or higher affects certain skills. The higher it is, you can improve certain skills, and the lower it is can improve other skills. Like if you're ugly, if you have like below a 3, I think it is, you get a +1 to intimidation checks. Whereas if you look good, you get better being able to speak to people. Movement allowance. This is how fast you can move. Yeah, the hotter the better. If you're a rocker boy or a media, I definitely suggest having a high attractiveness. Your movement allowance is how many squares you can move per round. This also goes into your reflex. Wait, I don't see body here. Oh, that must be on the other page. Never mind. There's also body, but we'll get to that. So depending on certain stats, if they're above a certain number, they synergize with one another. True. Yeah, I mean, you could make them scary with charisma. Because either way, you're adding your ability scores to the stats. Charisma, yeah. Scaroused. Funny enough, we have had jokes like that, so you could make someone look like Shrek. And then, personally, my favorite stat in this is actually empathy. Oops. Move too big. Hey now, you're a rock star. Empathy goes into your being able to talk to people, pretty much your humanity, how you can view someone as a person. This also adds into a stat called humanity. We'll get to that in a second. But, you do get a body type. Which is your strength and endurance. Surprisingly, body types are a little weird. Because they also give to your, armor and all of that. So, if you have 2, you're very weak. You probably, a stiff wind can knock you dead. All the way to 10, where pretty much you get so how they do armor is you add your body type modifier to your armor, and it's pretty much kind of like if you've played Pathfinder 1st Edition or 3.5e D&D, I'm not sure if 4th edition does it, but damage reduction. You essentially get damage reduction if your body type is high enough. Once we get into the Interlock Unlimited side of things, you will see very big stuff. From being able to have a strength score of like 30 to having super speed. With the meta powers unlimited and a few others. Because, yeah, Interlock has a lot of variant rules that you can add to this game. But that's later. Well, I mean, he is still technically alive. Cyberpunk 2077, that Atom Smasher is a clone. Oh, 2020 Atom Smasher. Yeah, that's still... the funny bit is the Atom Smasher that's in 77 lore is a clone. But Atom Smasher is still around. Hello, Ventus! Yes, you did! Yeah, it's wild. Do you think they would let Atom Smasher, the Mr. Smasher, freaking die? They keep their pets on a leash. Yeah, V is horrifying. Like, V is, like, one of the best. Uh-huh, uh-huh. Give me a second. There we go. Yeah, or woman. Yeah, I think it's you, Jay. If you can hear me. Boop. Anyways. I have played 2077 for a while. Yeah, you can play both. Rapidly shapeshift. I think so. I think so. Um, but I'm gonna get to humanity actually. So humanity is a very interesting score. It takes into place your empathy. So, when you do your empathy, you multiply it by 10, and that's your humanity score. Yep. Each time you install cybernetics or see a very, like, mentally scarring thing like death, you take points of humanity damage. Cybernetics can't be healed unless you have a variant rule. Mental damage from seeing a death or something that you would consider yourself as something mentally scarring, I should state, in character, you can go to therapy for. I have had a character that had 33 humanity and pretty much It's very expensive, I should state. It's super expensive to get humanity lowered or heightened. If you so there are stages, funny enough. Um but that'll be later. We'll actually get into the proper how cyberpsychosis happens. Because 33, this was my character Trixie. Um she was in the beginning stages of cyberpsychosis. So Trixie had she was pretty much very emotionally unstable and was prone to getting into fights quicker because of her early stages of cyberpsychosis. Once you hit 0, you lose control of the character and it's forfeit to the DM unless someone manages to get your cybernetics off of you. So, like, the medtech in the party is a Ripper Doc. They can uninstall your cybernetics, and your humanity with therapy can go up. But the more you replace, the less human you are. Hence why your humanity goes way down. Uh-huh. It's very grotesque. It is a rough escape system. It's very much more realistic. Unironically, the most optimal way to play this game is without cybernetics. We have noticed playing with cybernetics is very detrimental to a character. Whereas playing naked, you're pretty good. You're doing well. Um that's actually another thing. If you lose like your arm in combat or something and you replace it with a cyber limb, you don't get humanity damage. That is another little caveat. Uh, Unsurprisingly, no. There's no benefits. It's literally a situation of you're trading your humanity for more stuff. Yep. Uh-huh. You start to notice with netrunners. If you've ever noticed, netrunners have a weird way of seeing somebody. They don't really view them quite correct anymore, depending on how cybered up they are. You can still be a netrunner and wear like have net running gear. You don't have to have cybernetics. It's just a little bit more useful. It's very interesting. And you can super boost, depending on which way your DM runs the game. Like, I'll use my own netrunner for an example. Callisto. She had a super high empathy stat. So her humanity was already 100 before her cybernetics. And she got down to a 70 after everything was said and done. But Callisto was also a media. So she had some boosts going to her other things too. Hello, Harry Kiss. Welcome to the stream, Dreamer. I'm Momo Yumeko, magical girl in training. I do ttrpg content, gaming, and cozy streams. Welcome, welcome. I did that out of order. Today we're doing going through Cyberpunk 2020. But yeah, this game very much pushes some very rough questions. Okie dokie, stay safe, little fox. But yeah, the Cyberpunk TTRPGs definitely push the how much of you has to be left to consider you human. Optics can be. Not necessarily in the TTRPG space. As long as you have your cyber deck and everything, you're good to go. Which your cyber deck is technically like essentially a laptop. That you carry around with you as a netrunner. At least in 2020. I think it's also the same thing in Red, also. But Netrunner's very specific because they also have the interface skill, and that's a lot easier to do with a neural interface. But it's also a lot more expensive. You can actually start the game. Yeah, some of them are like laptops, some of them are like tablets. The tablets are the more higher end. Funny enough. Yeah, it's really cool. I actually have some homebrew that I will put in the Interlock segment when we get there that I made for netrunners because you'll see an issue with net running when we get there to that chapter. But yeah, this game very much is a lot more risk. High risk, high reward. The best way I've played Cyberpunk is don't get too attached to the character. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, this is like way back in like 2020. So think Spider Murphy. But she was actually a special kind of netrunner. She was like on site net running. Yeah, Cyberpunk is a system where you can just die your first mission. As one of my YouTube chatters had said. But yeah, it's one of those. Let me check. Oh, is that you? Q? Okay. Hello. Hi, friend. Hi, Temporal. Or is it fine for me to call you Quantum? It might be easier for me to remember to call you by Quantum. But yeah, Cyberpunk is one of those that you will die instantly, depending on how combat goes. It is very fast, very bloody, and very risky, depending on how you go about it. We'll get into Friday Night Firefight in a minute, I think. Let me scroll through here. Tales from the Streets. So, this is where we actually get into our proper, stuff. Which, give me a second on YouTube side. I'm going to swap over to just chatting so I can open up my, thing. So I can open up my Google Doc and get that prepped. Because it'll be easier to do, the character building section as an actual proper thing. Yeah, I'll check it in a second, Ventus. Docs. Boop. Recently viewed. Ba 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 ba. Cyberpunk 2020. There we go. And we will do file and make a copy. We're not going to name this one. This is just going to be an example. Alright. Let me check what you sent me. Yeah, it's very similar to that. That's like one of the really good ones. Back here. So. Back over to Gaming Stream. Hello, Nine! Welcome to the Stream Dreamer. I'm Momo Yumeko, magical girl in training. I do cozy streams, ttrpg streams, and gaming. Today we're going over Cyberpunk 2020, which is a ttrpg made in the 90s. Very fun. Very, very fun. So, Tales from the Street. So we're going into the life path bit of this. So, I'll ask you guys, what age do we want to make them? Thank you! My artist did wonderful. But yeah, how old do we want to make them? They have to be at least above the age of 16. And then we'll go, however many years above 16, we'll go, throughout the life path. So we got 18. I mean, yeah, 18. 18 would be pretty good. I have no idea, actually. I don't know if there is a max. Let me check real quick. I don't see that. So probably not. Yeah, I'd be more comfortable with 21. So 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. We'll do 5 years worth of that. Okie dokie, stay safe. Stay safe, 9. Yeah, we'll do 21. 5 years is pretty good. Yep, our punk can be legally able to drink. So 21. We won't what kind of roll do? Well, we're going to do the roll last. I actually don't know. I don't know if 21 is still the drinking age or not. Night City kind of operates by itself outside of, like, the US. Honestly, there's no telling, because we see, David in Edge Runners just go to a bar, I'm pretty sure, at one point. And, like, he drinks and stuff, and he's, like, 16. Yeah, in Afterlife. So, our first step is we get to roll a, what their personal style is. So I'm gonna get really fast. Roll a d10. And this will be very often. So. And not only that, Night City also operates, separate from the United States. Uh, that's why it's such a problem, Quantum, which is really funny. But, so we get to roll our d10 3 times to figure out what our punk looks like. On the clothes section, we have biker leathers, blue jeans, corporate suits, jumpsuits, mini skirts, high fashion, camos, normal clothes, nude, and bag lady chic. This is going to be beautiful. Let's see what we get. You can also alternatively just choose. I'm going to do the full roll. So we got 6, and that is high fashion. So, at least on my sheet, everybody's sheet can be different. You have like an actual proper Cyberpunk sheet that you can go off of if you want from the book. But this is how I do it personally. So, style, we have high fashion. Oh wow, I cannot spell. High fashion. We'll roll again. We got a 4. For hairstyle, we have the choice of mohawk, long and ratty, short and spiked, wild and all over, bald, striped, tinted, short and neat, short and curly, long and straight. And we got a 4, so wild and all over hair. And then, for affections, which is pretty much something that is unique to them. Tattoos, mirror shades, ritual scars, spiked gloves, nose rings, earrings, long fingernails, spike-heeled boots, weird contact lenses, and fingerless gloves. And we get, let's see, got 5. So we got nose rings. There we go. I have a few extra things because I pulled it over from my Cyberpunk Red. So you'll notice if you're watching on YouTube side, I have random bits here, and that's mainly because of that sort of thing. I actually need to put race somewhere in here, so I'm going to put race under age. I keep on forgetting to do that. There we go. I always add it after I roll it. I'm pretty sure you could probably just do whatever. Because this is pretty much, you can choose something from this list, or you can make them look however you want them to. But this is just a little bit. And this is also based in the 90s, I should state. Or, not based in the 90s, this was made in the 90s, so they were probably just going with whatever was, big at the time, and would probably gain the more attention. So, we get to the part where wording might be, a little controversial. We are in the ethnic options. So, we have 90s swag. Indeed, Quantum, indeed. The epic options. I mean, ethnic isn't bad. At least they didn't do, any super bad ones. The only one that's a little worrying is how they pronounce African American. So we have, for our 10 here, is Anglo-American, African, Japanese Korean, Central European and Soviet, Pacific Islander, Chinese and Southeast Asian, African American, Hispanic American, Central and South American, and European. And then, of course, you have, like, all of their languages here. And pretty much how they do this is you either choose or roll one of your options. And you choose a language. You get, like, a native language. And you speak that at a +8. So you are fluent. It is native to you. And then you automatically get street slang. Which is street slang. I love the slang of Cyberpunk. Because it mixes so many languages together. Yep, chum, chibata. Freaking preem, that sort of stuff. Flatline. It's awesome. I love Cyberpunk lingo. So for here, we're going to do our D10. And see what we are. Gonk. Yeah, Gonk is also a good one. So we got 4. So we are Central European and Soviet. So we're going to, I cannot, it is a picture. So, we're gonna do Central European. We're gonna leave out language because that doesn't really matter at the moment. We'll just do English because that'll be just easier. For later. Because we are going to have to put those as proper skills that we get for free. Now for the rest of this. Which, oh boy. So here's where it gets a little, interesting. Where the heck do we... So we get the family stuff next. And here's where it gets very choose your own adventure-y. So, we're going to get to roll our family ranking, and that can be anywhere between, our family was a corpo exec, to we're homeless. Thank you for the heart, Jay. So, one of those two. Or somewhere in between there. There is a bunch of them. You know, you could be a part of a pirate family, nomad pack. Did you take a picture? But yeah, it's really cool. So we are going to roll. Let's see what our family is. Oh boy, so we're from an archaeology family. So where is our family? Archaeology fam. Let's see what our parents section's going to be, because we can either have both parents are living, or something has happened to one or both of the parents. So it's a 1 through 6 for both are living, and a 7 through 10 for something happened. Let's see what happens. We got another 10! So something happened to them. Let's see what happened to them. This can range from they died in some sort of way. They were like taken from you, like disappeared or left you or something like that. Or they sold you off as one of them. Stuff like that. Let's see what happened. There's 10 options. Alright, we got a 1. So they died in warfare. Sold to the devil by design. Anyways. It's family status. Archaeology be crazy. I mean, when you're out in the wastes, you have nomad packs, you have people that will, go out and just kill you. There's random military movements out there. Other corpos trying to find ruins of the old stuff, you know. Yeah, it's literally the Wild West out there. Family status. So we have a 1 through 6 is in danger and you're at risk of losing everything. Or 7 through 10, family status is okay. Considering your parents are dead, I don't know what will happen. Also, hello Skull, welcome hon. We're going over Cyberpunk. Alright, we got a 2. So, family status is in danger. So we're doing in danger. We haven't gotten there yet, actually. Funny enough, that's, in 2, I think. So we got family tragedy. Or 3, technically. Yeah, because it goes, family tragedy, childhood environment, and then siblings. It's actually very rare to have no siblings. Hello, Dark One! Welcome, hon! I'm doing pretty good. We're going over Cyberpunk 2020. So it ranges anywhere between lost everything via like betrayal or bad management to you're in the inheritor of family debt. Oh, nice. That's betrayal or bad management, familial death. That would be cool. We got a 4. Let's see what that is. Family is imprisoned and you alone escaped. This'll be funny. We'll say, like, that's our uncle. Uncle or aunt that adopted us after our parents died. So... family imprisoned. It depends on how it is. I don't mind pickup lines. As long as they're in good fun. Some of them are really funny. So we got, for child environment, we're moving on to that. We got a 5. And that could be like spent time on the street, lived in like the high rises, that sort of thing. Are you a tree? Oh no. Okay, that's actually funny. Unironically, I took a sip of my drink, so I did water myself a little bit. That is a good one though, Dark One. Yeah, I got a drink. Probably not. I am really bad at pickup lines, understanding them. Let's see here. But for a 5, we got in a defended corpo zone in the central city. So we pretty much lived in like a suburbia, I guess. So far, like, even though our parents are dead, we lived pretty good for, how can it compare to RoboCop Detroit? I mean, considering in Cyberpunk Detroit's kinda gone. This is our childhood. So our parents were into archaeology. Parents died in warfare, unironically, which not surprising if you're an archaeologist. You know what? You know what? This would be really funny of a character to make them kind of like a Tomb Raider. Cyberpunk Tomb Raider. Right, I agree. We need a prequel game. Where they're from like Atlanta. Blade Runner's really good. I suggest Blade Runner. Blade Runner, Ghost in the Shell, like the anime, I definitely suggest. The movies I personally don't think are too bad for Ghost in a Shell. Hello, Bug. Hi, hun. I am Momo Yumeko, magical girl in training. I do cozy streams, ttrpg streams, and gaming. Welcome, welcome. Today we're going over Cyberpunk 2020. We're in the weird stage of building a character. Then we'll get into being able to explain some of the mechanics with a visual aid. Ah! Ah! I feel that freaking psychic damage. I feel the psychic damage of Ghost in the Shell being like over a decade old. Like the movie. The show's really good, though. I definitely suggest it. Yeah, the show's old. The show is really old, but it's so good. Yeah. So we were in a defended corpo zone when were growing up. Now for the funny part, siblings. In my experience, it's very rare to have less than, like at least 3 siblings. Also, thank you for the Shiratsu bun! Tonight, actually, I'm gonna be in, Lavi's stream, doing, pushing for her buns. Yeah, so she's doing the bun event, so that starts at like 9 my time. I think it's like 6 o'clock PST. Yeah. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong though. But it's like 30 minutes. It's like how many buns you can feed to the streamer for like 30 minutes. So we got 7. We have 7 brothers and sisters. I am not rolling for them. If we were making a serious character here, you would go through and make them as their own thing. Also, hello Agent 8 and hello Sefri. Welcome to the Stream Dreamer. I'm Momo Yumeko, magical girl in training. I do cozy streams, ttrpg streams, and gaming. Welcome, welcome. But yeah, we have 7. Right? The parents multiplied like freaking rabbits. So we got 7 siblings. And we are going to skip the sibling spot because that's not really needed. So we got motivations. And this is where we get to pick out our personality. Yeah, you make a sheet technically. Well, you only do the general, like what they look like, how old they are, that stuff. Whether or not they like you. That sort of thing. But yeah, you don't make a whole sheet for them. Yeah, you make a very simplified sheet. So we got a 6 on this. So we are stable and serious. We don't have the thingy, so I'm gonna do one of these and just do personality. Boop. And stable and serious. And then person you value most. And that could be a parent, through like, I don't have anyone, a teacher, a pet, that sort of thing. Got a 6. Our person of value is a pet. We're just gonna type that out. So we're Lara Croft with John Wick vibes now. Which, honestly, kinda cool. Because our person of value is our pet. So if someone comes by and kills our dog, God help them. We're gonna roll for what do we value most. GG if someone kills the pet. So we got a 2. What do we value most? Honor. That's actually kind of cool. Value most. Honor. Let's go ahead and roll. Next up is how do you feel about most people? We got a 4. I hate almost everyone. This part goes pretty fast. Yeah, almost. 10. So we got most valued possession, and we got a letter. It can be a letter from, like, our parents or something that they left behind. That would be kind of cute. Now we get to do the life events. So we went with 21, right? So that means we have 5 years to roll for. I think we're going to roll through for all 5 and then run through what they are. So, we get to do... Oh, wait! We can roll the age, but we're doing 21, so that'll be fine. So we get 5 rolls. 1 through 3 is big problems, big wins. 4 through 6 is friends and enemies. 7 through 8 is romantic involvement. And then 9 through 10 is nothing happened that year. Let's see what happens. We got a 4. So friends and enemies for the first one. So friends and enemies. That's the first one. Roll again. We got a 3. Big problems, big wins. So far we've got one of all of them. Another big problems, big wins. We got a 3. Got a 7. Romantic involvement. And our last one. Let's see what it is. Another big problems, big wins. So, through these we are going to do each one at a time. Because we're pretty much going through our choose our own adventure. Whoops. So, big problems, big wins. We get to roll a d10 on a even. We scored big. On a odd, we took a hit. Let's see what happens. We got even. We got a 10. So that means we scored big. So we go to that section. We get lucky. Let's roll another d10 and see what we get. We got a 7. Local nomad pack befriends you. You can call upon them for 1 favor a month. Equivalent to a family ability of +2. So when we were 17, we befriended a nomad pack. One per month. Call on the family at a +2, and this also can count into, it also stacks with your nomad ability if you choose to be one, which is really cool. Oh wait, no, that was friends and enemies. We'll use this one for one of the big problems, big wins. Oops. Let's Control C. And this one, Control V. There we go. The first one's big, friends and enemies. Whoopsies! Made a slight error. But that's okay. Let's roll it. We got a 4. So we have made a friend. Let's see what they're like. And this also, like the siblings, you do the same thing. Met through a common interest. So, got a friend. Met through common interest. Also noticed I had a message. Boop. It's only 6:40, wow. Yeah, these 3 hours are pretty long. Alright. And then we make them, of course. Now for the second big problems, big wins. Oof, yeah. Hopefully it's going well, though. So, we got big problems, big wins, and we rolled a 2. So that means we got a big win again. Surprisingly, our punk is pretty lucky, which is funny, because anytime I've rolled a Cyberpunk character, they have had some rough times. So, we got lucky. Let's roll it again. We got 5. Find a teacher. We add a +1 to any int-based skill, or get a new int-based skill at +2. So down on the sheet, if you're watching on YouTube, on the sheet I put down personally what the life path was, because it's a little bit easier. Not everybody does this. You don't have to, but it's easier. Hello, Prionic! Welcome to the Stream Dreamer! I am Momo Yumeko, magical girl in training. I do cozy streams, ttrpg streams, and gaming. Welcome, welcome! Today is Roll Your Die. We're working on looking at Cyberpunk 2020. Hello, Lexi! Hello, hun. But yeah, welcome! So, big win. Found a teacher. +1 to int skill or new int skill at +2. Pretty good, pretty good. Yeah, we're working on the I'm showing off the character builder for Cyberpunk 2020. We're almost done with the life path building. So the next bit is romantic involvement. So this is when we got to 20. So how it worked out. And we got, this one's a little different. So it's 1 through 4, happy love affair. 5 is tragic love affair. 6 through 7 is love affair with problems. And 8 through 10, fast affairs, hot dates. So 2 of these, it'll just be like, oh, this happened. And then the other 2 are, okay, we get to figure out what happened. Yeah, it's an old ttrpg from the 90s. Seven, pick 7, me lord. Yeah, it's really fun. I have played it multiple times. Jay, you won't believe this. you have the freaking you have the prediction skills of an oracle. It rolled a 7. You managed to get the 7. But yeah, so we got love affairs with problems. Hello, Phantom Lake! Welcome, hun. I'm Momo Yumeko, magical girl in training. I do cozy streams, ttrpg streams, and gaming. Welcome in. So we go on to love affair with problems. And that can range anywhere between your lover's friends, family hate you, to one of you's like messing around, something like that. Get some drama in this gal's life. Or guy, we don't know. We got a 10, oh no. You have conflicting backgrounds and families, that makes sense. Problems. There we go. Conflicting, families / lives. There we go. Problems. And then the last one, year 21. We got big problems, big wins. Let's see what we get. As a reminder, even, something good happens, odd, something bad happens. It's a big win! This person is freaking lucky! Yeah, stay safe. If it helps, I also upload these as a VOD on YouTube, so if you want to watch back, feel free. Alright, we got lucky. So let's see what we got lucky with. What? We got a 9. Let's see what 9 is. Local booster gang likes us. Who knows why? These are boosters, right? You can call upon them for one favor per month, equivalent of the special. It's the same thing as the nomad. Hello, Disciple Faith. Welcome to the Stream Dreamer. I'm Momo Yumeko, magical girl in training. I do cozy streams, ttrpg streams, and gaming. Welcome, welcome. We're going through Cyberpunk 2020. Yeah, Booster Gang is essentially a gamer, not gamer, gangster kind of vibe. Think think of like a proper gang, and that's a booster gang. They're called that because they use like drugs and stuff, like combat stims and all that. Yeah, they're pretty rough. But yeah, we got the local booster gang. So we can call upon a nomad pack for help, and we have a booster gang on our side too for help. So I'm gonna put on here big win. Like nomad, but booster gang. There we go. Dude, soloing sounds like a dream of this character. Right? Right? Which you can do. You can actually run a two-person game with you and the DM if you really wanted to. It's really cool. Cyberpunk 2020 is very malleable. You can go from a small table to a very big one. Yeah, it's really cool. Let's see here. Now we get to do our statistics. So how do we want to do our statistics? I'll go back up here and remind you guys the different ways. I do plan on getting some Iriam streamers together to run something. I don't know what yet. I'm thinking about either doing, I kind of want to do a urban fantasy type game. So, I mean, I could actually use Cyberpunk for that. That would actually be kind of fun. Because Cyberpunk's very fast-paced. Uh-huh, something other than D&D or Monopoly. Mm-hmm. I'll probably end up using 2020 with Interlock. Because it'll be a lot easier to have people, like, vote what books they want and, like, alternate rulings and all that. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna introduce my, homebrew. I have thought about Shadowrun. I need to look at 5th edition a little bit more. Because I'm not running 6th edition. Frick that. I'm looking at 5th edition Shadowrun to see. This one... Yeah, Shadowrun's also very niche. And I think some people would probably have a little bit of problem with how they do races in Shadowrun. Because you choose your race and class and your ability scores based off of a chart, depending on what race you go with. Which I can understand does not feel good. It's like old AD&D rules with how that goes about. Which, personally, I hate how AD&D did their, races. We actually have a homebrew rule when we do AD&D. To not give a crap about the, level limits of races. because it's stupid. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think Cyberpunk would be better, personally. I'd probably run 2020 with Interlock. I'm also a little bit more confident in running Cyberpunk. And we can adjust the power level as we want. Mm-hmm. I mean, I use Interlock Unlimited, so we probably could just stay in Cyberpunk. That's the funny bit, because there's like a magic system you can add in, freaking superpowers, psionics, that sort of thing. You can even do Wuxia style combat. It's really cool. But what kind of like stat abilities do we want to use? Do we want to use the random 9d10 system? Uh, Fast roll or cinematic? To figure out what our stats are. I'll let you guys choose. If you need a refresher on them, I can easily do that. I have it up on my screen. uh, Random is 90-10, and you total that, and that's your pool that you pick from. That you split out into your different stats. Fast is you roll a d10 for each stat, re-roll 2 and below. And then cinematic is you choose out our power level and go with the points based off of that. You know, fun times. And I just noticed my music stopped. That is why. I did not mean for that. Yeah, 1 and 2 are more RNG. 1 is pretty much you're making your own pool to choose from. And 2 is more like how D&D does random rolls. And then 3 is, I personally think 3 is more balanced for general, if you're playing with multiple people. Hello, Bree! Welcome to the Stream Dreamer. I'm Momo Yumeko, magical girl in training. I do cozy streams, ttrpg streams, and gaming. Welcome, welcome! We're going over Cyberpunk 2020 today. Yeah, I can definitely do that. I agree, Swag. Or Sanic. Yeah, we could totally do that. So we're gonna be rolling a d10 for each stat. I'll make this down the line. How about that? So it's just easier. So we'll roll d10. If it's 2 or lower, we re-roll. So we got an intelligence of 8, which is pretty good. Considering when you do your point buy, you can go up to 8. I'm pretty sure. Well, that's actually a home rule. You can do 10. It's really hard to get above 10. And not normal. Oh gosh, we got our first 3. That's our reflex. We got a reflex of 3. Oof. Another 3, that's our cool. We are anxiety riddled. This is already beautiful. We got a 4 for our tech ability. This is gonna be funny. 3 for our luck. This is about looking like how my rolls normally happen in Cyberpunk. Oh, we got another 3. Okay, we're gonna re-roll some of these because threes down the run is really rough. So attractiveness is changed to 6. The true Cyberpunk experience. So our reflex is still 3. And let's see, cool. Cool's 9. We're not completely in the gutter. And then we'll re-roll luck, because that's also 3. That rolled a 1, so we get to re-roll. And we got a 10 for luck. There we go. Movement allowance. Let's see. Watch it be another 10. That's a roll 2, so we get to re-roll. Whoops. Accidentally hit a thing. Still 3. Bonnie. 6. Not too bad. And then empathy. Watch us roll a 3. That's 6. Not too bad. We got 60 for humanity. Something tells me we're not going to use that much cybernetics. We're not going to want to anyways. So our run and leap is based off of our movement allowance. So let's scroll down there real quick. Boop, 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 boop. Actually, before then, I'm going to go use the restroom. I'll be right back. And do my stretches. So, you, both YouTube and Iriam, you guys play nice. Streamer will be right back. Back. I need to figure out a way to get you guys to show up on YouTube. I see you guys tried to make a mess of the place. I say jokingly. Hehehehe. Sure. Let's see here. So, movement, we were doing movement allowance. So, with this, we get to calculate our run and leap. Oh wait, we didn't do, oh yeah, right, body 6. Never mind. I was thinking that we maybe haven't done body type, but we did. So run is determined how far your character can run in a single combat round, which is 3.2 seconds. That is a combat round. You can do as many actions as you can roll. As long as you manage to do the roll, you can do it. There's a little bit more to it, but yeah, that's pretty much how combat and like actions work in Cyberpunk. It's very interesting. But run is essentially in meters. Because yeah, we're using metric, guys, in this. We're not using freedom units in the Cyberpunk future. Or technically past now, because we're in 2025, but you know, at the time, Cyberpunk future. So we are going to be multiplying our movement allowance by 3. So we rolled for movement allowance 3, so we have a run of 9 meters, which is not good. And then a leap. Leap is, divide the run by 4. We round up with this. So we're going to divide 9 by 4. That'd be, technically, if we were doing 8, it'd be 2. So we're gonna go with 2.5. That is our run. Or our leap. Or, yeah. No, 2.3. Okay. 2.3 meters is our leap. Now for our carry capacity. And that's going to be down here. Pretty sure. Where's our carry capacity? Oh, never mind. I can see it. I see it now. So we have a 6 in body? Yeah, we have a 6 in body. So we're average. You can carry 10 times your body type. So we can carry 60 in kilograms. And then we can lift 40 times that, so we're gonna go ahead and grab the calculator real quick, because I do not feel like doing this in my head. 40 times 6. 240. So we can deadlift 240 kilograms. Do we get any damage reduction? We are average, so we get a -2 to any damage, which I normally do it as I add to the armor soak. Because your armor does depreciate in this game. So the more you get hit, the worse your armor's gonna be. And it just minuses from the damage you get in general. Which is fun. So yeah, we get a +2 to all of that. +2. So everything's +2 because of our body type, which we have an average body type. This is a this is at a 6. And you have an average body type on a 5 through 7. HP is always 50 for anybody. Your HP does not go up, nor can it go down, funny enough. But it can go down throughout the campaign, or throughout the session. If you take a bunch of damage, you have to do a stun check, or you will go into shock, which is really rough. It is rough, TM. And with that, we get to do our saving throw. So we have 2 different types of saving throws. We have a stun save and then our death saves. Does it say? 2 seconds. Ah, humanity also is, based around your humanity for your stun saves. Don't remember what our stun saves. Oh no, it's not. I am dumb. Where is our save number bit? There it is. So it's your body type. So our save number is 6. Because our body type is 6. So you want to roll below this number. And this also goes into your death saves. Because you can die. You can die pretty easily in this game. Depending on how you do stuff. So you want to get below this number. If you've taken 15 damage in one round, like at once, and you fail, you die. It's rough. It is a rough game. You also have hit locations, so you can just lose an arm. Or a leg. Stuff like that. It's really rough. This game can be as deadly or as chaotic as your DM allows, I will state. Okay, now for the fun stuff. We are now in the skills area. So, let me get here. Well, we're starting to get into skills, I should say. Because we're done with the gritty pit. This is why I be a stealth runner. Stealth is really fun in this game. My rocker boy in our last game that I played for a little bit. Crimson, she was unironically a kind of stealth melee. So she had a really high reflex body and movement allowance that allowed her to dodge bullets. Which was very useful for when she would either A, use her monokatana, or B, use her psionics on people. 'Cause she had a healing factor with her psionics. Meta psionics, my favorite. That is Interlock rules. You guys will see that later. Yeah, the rocker boy thing didn't come up often. Mostly that she was pretty charismatic. She was very dumb. We jokingly called her the slowpoke. Because we had variant rules for flaws and, like, downsides to our characters. Yep, she was a bimbo. She talked like this the whole time, and, like, would drag on her sentences, and not really remember often what we were even doing half the time. Yeah, I, as the player, was not allowed to take notes. So if someone failed to take notes, I wasn't even allowed to, like, remember things. I had to roll to remember to bring bullets and people's names. Head empty, yep. Also, hello Arceus, welcome to the Stream Dreamer. I'm Momo Yumeko, magical girl in training. I do cozy streams, ttrpg streams, and gaming. Welcome, welcome. Yep, nope, none of that. Anyways. Yeah. It's very cool. It's very fun. Let's see here. Let's see. Yeah, we nuked them. That is rude. That's so rude to come into a stream and do that, Dio. Immediate block. Yeah, like, brother. Someone came in here and was being disgusting. So, I'm going to go ahead and set this at rank 3, or actually rank 4. Rank 4 will be good. We'll do rank 4 for our roll ability. What kind of roll do we want, is the question. We have good intelligence, so we could do Netrunner for the shits and giggles. And that can lead into me chatting about, the nightmare fuel that is baseline net running. In, I mean, we could also do something that's based off of Cool, which I think is unironically, I think maybe it's MedTech? Is it MedTech? Cool. Oh yeah, Cool is actually, most of our, other stuff, but yeah. Yeah, I think we can do Netrunner. It's one of our best skills. We got an intelligence of 8. Netrunning is really cool. It's rough in this system, though. You'll see in a minute. So we'll do Netrunner, which is ironic. Actually, no, we'll do solo, because you can do Netrunning. Actually, no, even better. We'll do 50-50. We'll do 2 ranks in solo, 2 ranks in Netrunner. That way I can also explain multi-classing. Two solo, 2 Netrunner. And solo's just always good to have a little bit in. Because this also shows off a little bit of what their thing is. So, I still have PowerPoints. Don't pay attention to that if folks on YouTube side. That is purely because we use a lot of Interlock Unlimited and the meta powers or meta psionics. Special abilities. So solo end gets combat sense, which we have 2 ranks in. And combat sense adds your role. Agreed. I've got exactly 1 solo character, funny enough. Solo adds their role ability to initiative and awareness skills. And there are 2 awareness skills, funny enough. So roll to initiative and awareness. I think awareness is its own skill, or 2 skills. Oh no, it's 1 skill. Never mind. I'm thinking Interlock, which Interlocks expands the skill list. And for everybody on YouTube end, you see the whole skill list here. We have a lot. We have a lot of skills. But when your skills are most of what your character is capable of, it makes sense why there's so many. So, and then Netrunner gets interface. Which, Netrunner's unique with interface because they can take unique actions with it. That is the only reason you would want to have Netrunner in your roles if you plan on doing certain things. Because Netrunner is the only ones that can actually get to do the big thing that they're known for. Because you can hack and do security checks and everything, even if you don't have Netrunner. But to make interface actions, you need the interface skill. Which will lead into, and I'm going to go ahead and go over how you netrun, because Netrunner is one of the other really cool classes that are unique to Cyberpunk. Let me get down here to net running. This explains, like, all of the skills, what they do and everything. That's the fit. Yeah, let me go to the table of contents real quick so I can, pop over to Netrunner. Because it is its own thing. I'm gonna go ahead and pop this into our Discord, just so you guys understand why I'm doing Netrunner as its own thing. Save image. Here. I noticed partner sent me something. Well, most of you are in my thing anyways. So I'm just gonna send you guys the DMs. This is why. This is why. Netrunner is huge for their section. I don't think I have Sanic in my, my DMs. That's okay. It's humongous. It is huge. I am terrified of it. I don't know if you're in my DMs or not. I don't see you. I can probably send you something though. I know you're in the server. I don't want to post it in the server. So, but yeah. Actually, I'll just toss it in general chat. Why not? Upload file, that, boom. That's what we're dealing with in the server. Hi, welcome to Netrunner. We've got our work cut out for us. Oh. Yeah, it's in the server in the general chat. For you, Sanic. But yeah, that's the whole Netrunner thing. So it goes from page 127 to 174. We're not going over everything. I'm going to give you... Oh, okay. I thought you were in the server. Could swore. Thought you were in my badge holders corner. You're not. I see my partner has sent me something. Okay, boop. I could have swore. But yeah, this is what we're dealing with. You're missing out. We got a bunch of stuff going on in the server. Yeah, we're not going over everything here. They chose to make Netrunner as complicated as freaking possible. So, do you guys like dungeon crawls? And having a one-on-one session with the DM? Just to turn off the lights? That's 2020 Netrunner. Yeah. So every time you use your interface skill, you get to go through a 1 to 20 floor dungeon. Playing essentially a, what I can only consider the worst game of chess known to man. Because if you're not careful, you will die. They will find you and they will kill you. Because there's going to be other netrunners and data demons in this dungeon. So, while the DM is playing, Dungeon Master with you, the rest of the party are... Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're completely vulnerable, so your party, if you're with your party doing interface, your meat suit is on the floor. Yeah, everything's vulnerable. So someone, even if you're in your ice bath, someone could just come in and put a cap in your head and zero you. Yeah, it's not D&D. We are going over Cyberpunk. But yeah, it's pretty much you're doing a dungeon with the DM while the rest of the party is kind of twiddling their thumbs. It's rough. It's rough. It was so rough playing it that way that I made homebrew to introduce quick hacks. Just so we could streamline, net running. Interlock also makes the interface skill a skill check. A series of skill checks instead of you having to go through the freaking Dungeon of Horrors. But yeah, I translated like data demons and programs, quick hacks, and all of that into different types of netrunners. I have to redo it because it's been a couple years since I've actually used it. But yeah. That's pretty much it. I normally don't allow netrunners in my games anyways, along with partner, mainly because netrunner is easily one of the stronger roles in the game. Netrunner, so, okay, solo, really good class because they get a... It's because just about any enemy you run into is going to have cybernetics. Netrunner can just turn off your eyes. Yeah, it's really strong. I don't allow Netrunner unless we're playing a specific type of game. I will, if you want to do like, oh, I hack into the security and everything. Yeah, it's definitely a techno-wizard kind of vibe. Even more so with the quick hacks, which, don't get me wrong, very powerful. But you can only do one thing at a time, and it's very fast. It's a little bit better, IMO, because you can actually... Yeah. It can cost you. It costs you your humanity a lot, because Netrunner is also very expensive. So we don't normally allow Netrunners unless we're doing a high-action game. So we're doing, like, Callisto's game was Action Hero levels. So we were doing 75 point buy for our skills. Multiple skills had +9 to 10. Or not skills, stats. So that's like some of the caveats with Netrunner. If you just want to do like security systems, that is just a skill. You don't need interface for that. And tech does that really well. If you're doing like a tech archetype or something like that. You don't have to be a Netrunner to play around with the security system. Yeah, it is Siren of Borderlands kind of power. It is very powerful. Like, luckily, Solo, I would consider Solo like your fighter in this case. Solo's really good. I definitely suggest it. It's a fun class. It's so simple because it's literally like a run and gun kind of class, but I feel like because you add so much to like your awareness and everything, it also opens up your other skills to be able to be a little bit more. Uh-huh. I've actually seen someone do a kind of Netrunner type build with a medtech. He was our Batman Beyond kind of themed character in Callisto's game. He was really good. we liked oh gosh, the Ronin. He was really cool. Yeah, he was very good at what he did. And like they can actually do like surgery and stuff on the field. Like they don't have to take you back to the base or anything. They can just do it on the field and make that into a skill check. Medtech is really good. But yeah, that's pretty much the vibes of Netrunner. I do too. When I introduced my quick hack system to Callisto's, the game I played Callisto in, it freed up a lot of our combat because we weren't waiting for me to get done with my chess game with a partner. I mean, some of them were just like, okay, you get it, because there's no protections up. But other times, it was like, it was more tedious than anything, because Callisto had a 10 in intelligence. And intelligence, cool, and empathy were her three. Oh, and technical ability were her 3 10s. Or 4 10s. So, Homegirl was really good at hacking. And working under pressure. Well, she didn't necessarily have a 10 in empathy because of, cybernetics, but, you know. She had like an 8. Because I rolled really well on my humanity damage. Which will come up later. But yeah, net running is really rough. That's why we normally either don't allow it because it's such a big thing. Knowing is half. Being able to run it in a game because it's a little clunky is also really hard. That's why we go ahead and keep it out. It's fun to deal with netrunners as an enemy. Because then you guys get to have, like, a different kind of worry. Or having them as NPCs to come and help the party. That sort of thing. That's how we do it. Normally. Like, I have a tech that works with drones. And she has a little bit of security and all that. But she's not in no terms a netrunner. She can just get us into places without getting noticed. Think Warframe styles, hacking. There we go. Oh no, actually I think Warframe does, their hacking similar to Netrunners, never mind. Because they're Parazon freaking going into the keys. But, let's see here. So, this skill list will be obsolete once we get into Interlock, because Interlock has multiple pages of skills. They do, on Cyberpunk 2020, do reference, these are the type of skills that you would want for this type of archetype. Like, okay, so we're just gonna go over Netrunner and Solo here, because that's the two that we chose out for our Cyberpunk character. So what they recommend for Solo is Awareness Notice, Handgun, Brawling or Martial Arts, Melee, Weapons Tech, Rifle, Athletics, Submachine Gun, and Stealth. As you can see, or as you probably noticed, Solo is very reflex-based. Reflex and, let me see here. I think intelligence, yeah. Reflex and intelligence-based. And I will go ahead and say, martial arts is so good. Martial arts is one of my favorite skills in this game. Primarily for the fact of how freaking bonkers it can get and how strong it can get. Yeah, you can just Bruce Lee somebody. There's different types of martial arts, because that's its own subsystem. Cyberpunk 2020 does it a little bit. We actually go with Cyberpunk's way of doing martial arts over Interlocks, because it's a little bit more streamlined. Interlock tries to add complication and a lot more martial arts. Let me find it. And then we'll get to... But yeah, pretty much, I'm not going to go over all the skills. Just in general, what's pretty good here. So that was Solo, and then Netrunner is Interface as their role ability. And then Awareness Notice, Basic Tech, Education, System Knowledge, Cyber Tech, Cyber Deck Design, Composition, Electronics, and Programming. Because, of course, Netrunner, they're the nerd of the group. They are very intelligence and, I think, cool-based. Oh, no, not cool-based. I think they're also reflex. No. Intelligence and tech, there we go. They're very intelligence tech based. But next up, and we're gonna leave it off of this, is our next section is getting our fit done. And our money. But yeah. So we're gonna leave it off here. So your roll ability dictates how much money you start with and what you get monthly in-game. We are at technically tech level 2 with both. Roll ability 2. port. Oh my goodness, Sanic. Beautiful. Yeah, sadomasochism of making my life hell make someone else's even worse. But yeah, so because we're a netrunner and a solo at the same time, we get 2,000 per month from solo, 2,000 eddies. And then we get 1,000 eddies per month from netrunner. And that will happen until you are rank 6 in either of them. And that's just passive money. It's really cool. I love it. Other than that, we'll get into next week, we will get into the weapons and the other stuff like special weapons, like the microwavers, stuff like that. And then we will get into the rest of Cyberpunk 2020. We'll probably finish Cyberpunk 2020 next time and get started on Interlock. And then with Interlock, I'll lay out what I have, what I'm very like familiar with Interlock. And then pop you guys which ones do we want to look at, because Interlock is purely variant rules. You don't have to use them in your games, but they do add some spice to a Cyberpunk game. Oh, I never mentioned Cyberpunk is not a D20 system. It is a D10 system. Also. It's really cool. I like it. But yeah, this is our punk so far. I'll probably add skills later off camera to make it a little bit easier for when I go over Friday Night Firefight. The D1D20 or D120. Oh my goodness. I mean, there's a D100 system. There's a D100 system that actually Elder Scrolls was originally based off of. I don't remember what it's called. I mean, there's a few of them, but there is one. I don't remember what it's called though. Yeah, true. But yeah, it's there. But yeah, I definitely suggest Cyberpunk. I do like the idea of maybe doing a urban fantasy themed Cyberpunk game. I think that would be kind of fun. And it's also one of those games that you don't have to play in the genre. You can easily change stuff from, like, Cyberpunk to other stuff, to something like urban fantasy. Hello, Lyra! Hi, hun! How are you today? We're starting to just chit-chat a little bit after going over about half of Cyberpunk 2020. Oh, heck yeah! Happy birthday to him! Let's see here. Now that we're not going over stuff on YouTube side, I'm going to swap you guys over to chat and stream. There we go! Yeah, birthday! But yeah, Cyberpunk is a very interesting game. I love it. Yeah, 9 days. It's almost a week till. I'll probably, do a badge, push on my birthday. We'll do an extra long birthday stream. Even though it's like a Monday, I think. I think it lands on a Monday. Yeah, it lands on a Monday. I'll probably do a badge push. And I'll do a raffle too. Probably do like an art raffle. Because I think it'd be fun. That'll also be the, I think, one of the last days? Yeah, that would be the last day of the PJ thing too, so. I'll probably do it like a, points for art, maybe. I think that would be kind of fun. We'll do doodles. Because I will destroy myself if I, if I do proper things. I'll do, like, cute little doodles. I don't know. But yeah, other than that, doodle. Yeah. Doodles are fun. I'm gonna crack open my soda. Crack open my soda and put it in my cup. I was drinking, juice. Don't know how this is gonna go, how this is gonna taste, because there's still a little bit of juice at the bottom of the cup. And this is Pepsi. So, hopefully the Pepsi nukes out like the 3 droplets of peach juice at the bottom. There we go. But yeah, very fun. Ginger beer time. Ginger beer is pretty good. But yeah, I plan on doing a sometime this year, or not this year, but sometime next year, doing a ttrpg with like campaign with some Iriam folks, and I have no idea what I'm gonna do. I'm leaning on doing Cyberpunk, like a Cyberpunk urban fantasy kind of vibe. We could do just urban fantasy. If I do that, I'm going to use Pathfinder First Edition. Because I'm very used to doing Three Finder, which is 3.5 and Pathfinder mixed together. But I'm not too crazy about doing 3.5 mixed with it, because I play it in a game, like a couple games like that, and oh dear god. See, the difference between 3.5 and Pathfinder is that 3.5 has strong feats, not as strong classes. They don't have as much class abilities. And then you get Pathfinder, who has class abilities, and not that strong of feats. So what happens when you mix the two? Chaos. Absolute freaking chaos. It's fun. I don't want to curse that upon myself currently. Like, I've mentioned a few times the West March I'm in. That is a Three Finder game with Gestalt and Mythic Path. I'm in hell. Because I also DM for it. I both DM and play in it. I have 3 gestalted characters, which if you don't know what gestalt is, pretty much your character gets 2 classes. They don't double up their HP, they take the best saves of their classes. So on and so forth. I am part of the problem. But, yeah, we have a bunch of, collective, people. Which, if anybody does ever want to join that, we are open. We are open to anybody joining in, so I don't care. Partner is willing to talk to people. He knows better than I do. Our own game. That is his brainchild. But it's fun. Other than that... Yeah! If you're willing to learn 3.5, if you're willing to learn or have played 3.5e D&D, which is what the basis of the game is, I can probably shoot you over to partner. I can help too. I run the level 1 zone, which is not gestalted. You're not going to get put into the freaking ocean, tossed into the Mariana Trench. But yeah, Pathfinder 1st edition, if I end up doing, like, urban fantasy, which actually I might do that. Because there is, like, some cyberpunk stuff and, like, advanced weapons, like, you can carry around a machine gun if you want. But I kind of want to do, like, just a chill urban fantasy type game. I think it'd be kind of fun. I'd have to come up with a storyline, but, you know, it is what it is. As fun as Cyberpunk is, I think it'd be a lot easier to explain a system I am very, very familiar with and comfortable with playing and running. But that's not until next year sometime. Other than that, I think I'm gonna go ahead and wind down stream, get ready for making dinner, and then hop into Lavi's stream, because Lavi's doing the bun thing. And I don't think she's active right now, but yeah. Yeah, sometime we're doing it. Yeah, food, gotta get food. Or make food. But yeah, I hope you guys have a good night. Stay safe. You guys are appreciated. And goodbye. Stay safe. I'll see you guys later. Tomorrow's going to be Warframe. Probably, more than likely. Oh yeah, Warframe stuff. We have the mushy boy. We have Noko. Yeah, Warframe. We have the mushy boy now and he's fun. But yeah, stay safe. Love you guys. And goodbye. And same thing with you guys over on YouTube. Have a good night, y'all. Bye-bye.